Welcome to Heartland Dual Sport. In today's Show and Tell Monday video, we're going to be discussing something that you're probably not seeing a lot on other channels. So let's get to the video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing one of the topics that I haven't seen a lot in other YouTube channels, and that's going to be how much does it really cost. One of the things that we've done in the past is we've done videos on how to plan a trip. We've done videos on how to pack your bike and keep your bike level and everything else, but you're just not seeing, or I haven't seen, a lot of videos that actually go into kind of a little more in-depth explanation of what you can budget for a trip like this. So for starters, we're going to start out talking about meal. You have a wide variety of meals, and we're not going to really discuss it in this video because it doesn't matter if you stay home or you're taking a trip, you're going to eat. So in my mind, we're not going to include those costs because you're going to eat whether you take the trip or not. How much you eat and where you eat is dependent upon you and is very subjective. You know, one guy may be able to get by with a cheeseburger and the other guy needs a steak every meal. Those costs are so subjective, we're not going to go into that at all. What we will do is we're going to discuss some of the things that are definitely going to cost you going on a trip. Number one going to be fuel, and number two going to be housing. And the housing, we went the cheapest route you could go and did camping. If you've been following along on our channel, you know that we went to the East Coast and back. So the budget numbers that we're going to be going over today are going to be coming from that trip, because I actually took notes every time I stopped, and I wrote it in my book, and then we also, every place that I got gas, I used my debit card. That way I wouldn't lose track. Even if I lost the receipt, I know exactly dollar for dollar how much it cost me in fuel on the trip there and back. The only thing that will be a little bit different in this video, if you guys have been following along, you know that we did an iron butt ride on the way home. That trip would have ordinarily been another 3 days of camping. They're not figured in here because we had to make the trip home. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to talk you into subscribing, and that way you don't miss out on future videos. The cost we're going to be showing you in this video on the fuel cost is what it costs to get there and back, because it would be the same whether you stopped and camped or not. The only thing different is going to be the camping cost associated with the trip. So the fuel there and back was, I should have marked this in my book. Give me a second.
What book?
My field notes book that I take with me everywhere.
Well,
I keep all my notes in it.
Awesome.
But the total fuel cost was $207.96. And you might be saying to yourself, well, that's right down to the penny. Guys, I tried to keep it simple. I'm not topping off my gas. Years ago, it doesn't really matter. $207.96 is what we spent on fuel there and back. And the average campsite, because we went cheaper, let's just say was $20. One of the campsites, which was actually very small, had dirty bathrooms and a dirty shower, cost me $56 that night. Obviously I'm not going to recommend them, but I'm not going to dog them out on a YouTube channel or any kind of social media because I don't think that's fair. Everybody would deserve an opportunity to take care of problems. I didn't even talk to them about it. They were just rude up front. I'd never stay there again. However, we've got to include that cost. That one night of camping was $56. A couple of the places that I camped at, when they seen that I rolled up on motorcycles, the normal electric full hookups, electric and water at a campsite, they average around $20 to $25. Two of the places said, you're on a motorcycle, I'm not going to charge you that much. And they only charged me, one charged me $15 and one charged me $16. And I thought that was really sweet. Again, I'm not going to call them out because I don't want those ladies getting in trouble. Because I don't know if that's normal or not, but it was state campgrounds. But I just thought, hey, that was way more than fair. She knows I'm not going to be pulling electricity like a big fifth wheel camper would with a 30 amp air conditioner service and all that. I'm just charging up my phone and GoPros. So again, totaling up all my camping fees and the cost, it was right at $145. That sounds extremely cheap, and again, like I say, if we would have camped on our way back, let's just safely say that you could go ahead and add another, do an average of $20 a night, and that would put it at 3 more nights coming home, would have put it at $205. I was planning a minimum of 3 more nights camping out on my way home, so just add 60 bucks if you want to give yourself a little bit of leave room, and say there were 25 bucks, that'd be $75, and that's still going to be less than $245. I understand that the majority of the people, they're putting off trips like this because they may not have the time off. If you have vacation time and you think that you would like to plan a trip like this, I'm giving you some real world dollar amount at $3 to $5 a gallon what it cost you to take a trip like this. So you can safely say less than $400 would get you from I-35 to the East Coast, and probably the same to the west. We haven't been that direction yet, but let's just roughly say the center of the United States, I-35 roughly, it's going to cost you less than 500 bucks to ride to the East Coast and back. And when you think about it, that's actually pretty cheap. With that said, I did take $500 cash. It was hidden on my person. It wasn't even hidden. I've got some of it in my riding jacket, and I've got some of it in my wallet. That way if something happened and I lost either one of them, I'd still have some cash. I did that on purpose, and then I also split up. I have some cash and a credit card along with some cash and a credit card in my wallet. That way, like I say, if you lose something on the trip, you've still got cash and a credit card or debit card, whatever you choose to take with you. But that gives you a little bit of options in case something happens. I've read in other forums where guys have set their helmet up on their motorcycles and they go in to pay for gas and come out and they've been stolen. If you take your jacket off, you go in to pay for your gas and somebody stole it, you still got your wallet in your pocket. I'm just saying, things happen and there's mean people everywhere. Even if there isn't mean people, let's just say you lost something, say your wallet fell out of your pocket. That way you're still kind of covered. With that said, if you do have a passport, because I actually had my passport, a credit card, and half my cash all together, and then that way I've got my driver's license, credit card, and cash in my wallet that I carry with me everywhere. If you guys have noticed this leather notebook, and I don't know if I've mentioned it in the past on our channel, but my wife and I have a leather shop, and it's called Heartland Leatherworks. We are going to be making some of these, and along with your support for the channel, if you guys remember recently, I told you as soon as our channel had our 4,000 watch hours and we got monetized, we'd be doing a giveaway. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a giveaway. We have, my wife finished these up yesterday, 2 brand new Field Notes notebooks. It's got the United States on them. You can go in and color it in just like we did. So in order to enter to win, number one, you have to be a subscriber. Comment down below that you're in and that you're interested in winning, and then give me roughly 30-45 days, because we'll set another goal and we'll do another drawing just like we did for the puck that we gave away. If you want to have additional ways to enter, share this video with your friends, share it on YouTube, let me know where you shared it. Again guys, we couldn't be doing this without you, and we truly appreciate your support. More than likely what we'll end up doing is we're going to put a link on Heartland Leatherworks that will be called Heartland Dual Sport, and that's where we'll be offering some of the things that we're going to be making for the KLR or the motorcycle trips or things like this. If you guys are interested in a notebook, we actually sell a lot of these notebooks. They're and I'll just go ahead and say it, if any of you guys are police officers, your FI cards will fit in here. Most FI cards will fit in here, and we've sold a bunch of these. We can actually, with the laser, we can do badges, we can do almost anything. So if you're more interested in that, check it out on the website. We've made a ton of these for other businesses and companies in the past. We can put your company logo on it, and again, it's just another way to support us, what we're trying to do, and our little channel as well as our little leather shop. Just for something fun and just for something special, we normally do our quote of the day on our adventure videos. We're going to do one today along with our cost, because even though this is a show and tell Monday, we're talking about the Adventures, so we're going to go ahead and do a quote of the day for this video as well.
Quote of the day. Let's not worry about the ending. Endings usually stink. Let's just enjoy the middle, the journey. Together, let's enjoy the now.
That's a great quote. Thank you guys for watching our video. Again, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. Again, another quote of the day from my beautiful bride. She's always here trying to help me, and I couldn't do this without her and her support. She's wonderfully forgiving, and she overlooks a lot of my flaws. I'm blessed. I hope you guys are blessed. Let's go ride. Now the fuel cost is going to be all the way to the East Coast and back. You can figure this is roughly, spam risk, hang on. You can figure this is rough, let's go ride.